Welcome. I'm a little nervous again on this video. I have tons and tons of work. I'm going to show you something very small to start with. I'll see if I can catch up. Okay? In this design, okay, what I actually did is I took the dice cubes and the telephone and I matched. Here is where 3 is, here is where phone. We cannot go through number 5 because it's part of the crisscross of Rubik's Cube. Goes right here. And you turn it. So the only thing is, it can turn around this way, bringing this over here and this over here. 3 now matches 4. You now go down to 9 and you match 4, and it looks like this. I only did half the design. When you do the whole design, it shows this. X, 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 X. Again, we go around. We go from 4 up to 3. We go from 1 down to 6 over here, and we go from 9 all the way through. And if you notice it, if we close this off, it becomes your octagon. And then your octagon world. Now you have 10 here, and 10 here, and 10 here, and 10 here. And here's a spare. Every corner is a spare. So you start with a spare. You get a strike, you got 20. Then you get a spare in this one, you got 40. Then you got a strike and a spare, you got 60. In this corner you have 80. And then over here, another strike. It's 100, 120. You come over here, you have 140. 1, 4, 6 is on the cross. 6, 4, and 1 is 11. 6 by 4, 6 plus 11 is 35, which is the representation of 5775. Here's the rest of the designs. Half of the Mayan David on one side, the other half on this side. It creates half of a Mayan David. You don't want to crisscross through the center, because in there goes the game. That's right, Pokemon. Let me see where I am next with this. I want to go slow. East LA. 31. East LA, Hoover Dam. A beaver's under construction. He's under the dam. He's in a gold mine. But hold on a second. Is it a mind? Because my mind is a mind. I got a mind too, and it's a gold mine, and I'm going to be picking at it. Why? Because a pick is a club in French. And the club is inside the spade. They've enveloped the club inside the spade, and now the spade is stuck in the spade. The club is stuck in the spade, and he becomes the other heart of man, that spade. That means his mind is locked up, or it comes with the spade. Another number that came out, I don't want to do this number. Should I do this number or no? Just let me go on to this and see where I'm at. Slowly, slowly. Bear with me. Please bear with me. This is not something to go quick. And what I found is huge, huge. I found how they design the Zion worlds. It's amazing. Everything looks like cattle because there's 3 balls, and next to 3 balls with another bunch of balls around it. And it's called the game of pool. They put all the balls inside one of these triangles. 3-sided into a 4-sided. When you put a 3-sided triangle into a 4-sided area, you can always run to the next area like on the clock. This way, this way, this way, and this way. If you fill up all the areas, well, everything is stuck. 1, 4, 1, 4 in the DNA becomes 6 and 3 and 6 and 3. It represents the duplication of Venus, which is duplicated in number 11. I'm trying to look for what I have to say next. Okay, so I showed you this piece. The other thing I wanted to show you about this piece is everything has a number. When you start down here in the 6th position, you're in the 9 corner. How do I know you're in the 9 corner? Well, pick up your telephone. All of these are their own separate telephone keypads. All of these are in between space. Over here goes 4. Over here goes 3. If it was here, it would be number 6. If it was here, it would be the 7. Oh, shit, that's the size of the moon. Half and half, don't forget, on the cue ball. You know what happens to the white ball? The 1 is used. The 2 is used. But after 15, do you know what? The cue ball belongs, that's right, to the Holy Ghost. Because that's how you came here to play. Because in every ball of color is a cue ball. And you can tell. Because wherever the number is, there's always a white spot of somebody's eye just poking on out. Poking on out, Pokemon, the Powerball. So then we get all these numbers and designs. Here's your L. The horse goes 2 up and 1 over. Isn't that the way you play chess? 2 up and 1 over, from 2 to 4 over to 3. So now you add up all these numbers. What's 2? Well, here's 7, here's 1, here's 3. 7 times 13 is 70, 91. Which is 13 times 7 exactly, and this is the suit and the cards. Then you go 3 through 5, over towards 4, 3, 5, and 4. And this one over here, This angle in this corner is 2, 3, and 4 jail for many reasons. So now we're going to leave that, and we're going to go on to something else. But we're not doing the Super Bowl, and we're not doing there's a song. Before we go into the next one, I want to sing this song, okay? And one of them is hippity hop to the barbershop to fetch, but I'm not a dog, a bag of candy, Andy, dandy, DNA, okay? One for you and one for me, which means it's an ant. The for me is an ant in French. And one for Jack a dandy, but one for you and one for and me. That's 4 times 21 is 84. What else can we do with 84? Wow. And one for Jack a dandy. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Nibiru. All 14s. All 14s, because the center of Rubik's Cube, right, just playing the grid, is number 14. Unless you're coming from the top, it's the 26th, because then you have to count all of them. You have to count the sides. So now I'm going to go on to the next one, and please don't leave me yet. Once upon a time, a goose drank wine. A monkey drank a goose drank wine. A monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line. Now the streetcar line is 11. So he's in between something on this side and something on this side. He's the 9 that was born. If he goes to the left, or let's say he's the 10, he goes to the left, he becomes 9. He goes to the right, he becomes 11. If he can't move between him, 9, 11 surrenders him. And he's smoking weed. He's on the streetcar line. But the streetcar broke. And the monkey choked, and they all went to heaven on a bill a goat. What to bill a goat? Oats is a horse. Pegasus is that horse. I know, because I was born. The rivers that flow. You can't lead a horse to water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Of course not. He hasn't stopped drinking. Okay, now we're going to go on to the talisman. The talisman. The talisman. This is the Saturn talisman in which Libra is in. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to it. But before I show you, I have to show you something else. This is just any numbers I picked, okay? I take this and I put these numbers in here. Then I take these numbers and I put them here. But before I put these numbers here, I turn the dial. And I turn the dial, and now the 4 goes first. And then I go to the next one. And before I do anything, I turn the dial. So instead of it being 3 or 4, it's now 2. And then I turn the dial, and then it's 8. Now all the numbers went here. Now you take all these numbers, and you put them all into here. 2, 10, 17, 1 and 7 is 8. After you finish that, okay, you come over here and you add 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to know what coordinates are on. I need to know all the numbers, right? So you're writing down all the numbers, so you're really not duplicating. After that, what you got to do is this, is you must multiply everything in here, since everything becomes the triangle, and you only start off at 1. If you stand in the middle of the triangle and you point up towards the arc, or out towards the 2 sides of the T behind you, the one in front of you, it actually creates a T. Okay, you've got 3. So now you've got to multiply it by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 by 5 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 3 by 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 by 6, 3 by 7, and so forth. The only numbers you will ever get is 9, 6, and 3, 9, 3, and 9, and you won't get anything else but that, and this is the reason they keep mixing. If you want to continue on the pi of life, you multiply it by 4. Now here's the talisman. 492, 492, 357, 861. I'm not going to turn them all around and add them up, okay? But this does have to be added up. 492, and you have to put the answer here. 357, you put the answer here. 816, you put the answer here. This would be 15, this would be 12, 15, and this would be 15. So, and it does work out to 15 at the end anyways. But you add them up, and then you calculate 1, 2, 3 rows, and then you calculate 1, 2, 3 rows. But in between the 3 and 3, there's the corner you count separately. And that's why it shows on the talisman up here, 45 over 15. Hey, so what I did first is I took the talisman and I brought them back to the numbers of creation. I multiplied it by 3. So all these numbers will turn into 396, 963, 639. So I take these numbers, okay, and I add on the space that they're in. Here's the 1 space, so I add 3 plus 1 is 4. Here's the 2 space, so I add 9 plus 2 is 11. And I keep on going, and when I'm done, the answer is 444, 11, 11, 11, 999. 24 hours of the day, 24x, 15O, XO, 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 XO. Here it's 3, 3, 3, 27, I and R, standing third and first, because third and first both hold the IR letter in it. Then we have 33 in the center, and we have 12 on the left side. 12 plus 33 is 45, 55, 65, 72 of the 72 of 86. So we bring it all down to 11s, it becomes 429, 429, 429, 999 is 27. I'm going to show you on this side, I made it a little bit smaller. I put all 429s and I broke it down instead of 24, which makes 6, or 15, which makes 6, which is entrapped inside. The 3 is entrapped, but because the corners double, we become 666 becomes 18. 963 becomes 18. 4, 5, 6, and 9 becomes 15. So it becomes 15 of 18. O and R says gold. 45. FOR is total of 45, and it says fox, the golden fox. 1, 9, and 2, that is our birth. 9 times 2, or 92, plus 29 is 121. 11 times 11. The totality in the basic is 60, plus 33 is 93 Saturn. Now I have to ask myself, did I make this mistake? Here's 18, here's 18. Here's 15 on the corner, here's 15 on the corner. Here's 45 added here, here's 45 added here. Here's 15 on the corner, here's 15 on the corner. 60 seconds on the clock of 33. Creation, 3 and 3. So this says the golden fox. This is part of Rubik's Cube. This is the egg, the 2 eggs. Why? Because here's 1 egg, here's the other egg. Because without the 15, you don't make the circle of life. 9 and 2 equals to 42, or 24. Why did I write that? Because the answer here is 6, 9, 6, 9. 6 and 9, what you have to do is 9 equals to 42, 6 equals to 52, the total is 94, and Pluto is that answer to 94, meaning we're taken out of Pluto. Uranus is 84, Saturn is 93, Mercury is 103, Venus is 81, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Coming up the star of Bethlehem from where? So that's about the talisman, but I'm not finished. Because in the Mayan calendar, the 5 is in the center just about of every grid you do. And whatever you do, you always finish off at 6. Multiply 5 by 3 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. And the Mayan dice, when you have a dice cube in your hands, and I probably got about 100 of them scattered on the house here. When you got a dice cube in your hands, the 1 goes right into the heart of 6. You are the 1 of 6. Okay? You're nothing else, and you're a free roller. Okay? This and this double over. Every dice doubles over except for the 1 and 6, which more or less means you're out of control. It creates the Star of David, and it goes over your hips. There's different ways. Our chakras, I don't know the whole instrumentation, but our chakras are aligned because we are trapped in this world. Our vision, just to say, oh my God, I want to make some money, or oh my God, let's go quick. Right away, we're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place, my friend. You want to go quick, go somewhere else, but don't hold up the line, please. Understand what quick is for others and understand what it's all about. If you're handicapped, we'll help you, but if you're not, I guess you're handicapped in the mind. So then what happens is 5 and 2, 7, opposite from each other, create 5. Then you get the number, you get 5 on 2 and 2 and 5, both of them. Then you get 4 on 3 and 3 and 4, because 3 and 4, 2 corners are covered, and on the 2 and 5 they're covered, so you have 5, 5, 5. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals to 625. To create this, you need 4 cents and 1 cent, and 1 cent and 4 cents, and 4 cents and 1 cent. So since 14 is the cross, you cross over to number 41, and you start in the Go in Monopoly, because it's from one Rubik's Cube center to the next Rubik's Cube center, is a distance of 27, and you're starting at 14, makes 41. 41 times the 625, and you can also create this by 25 by 25, by 5. 125, 625 times the 41 is 25,625, which is next year on the Hebrew calendar. And for the reason it's not me, it's because the design, from the designer, if I can find it. Are you with me? Stay with me, don't go away. I've got to get 100 fingers to separate all my pages. This is it. 25,000, 0 equals 6, 25,625, the Mayan calendar. 5775. It's backwards. What's it? Turn the 5 around this way. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at it from the other side, you can see right through it. This is the calendar. It's over. Here's the crown. 1, 2, 3. You know why it's like this? Because not only is it the road, but between the two ears lies a wolf before you cross the forest onto the other side. WM, MW, whatever you want to call it, 23. This is 18, or this is 3, and this is 3, or it's sigma in the Greek alphabet. This one would be your M. This is your W, 36. We'll take this as an E. E5 is 41, and 3 is 44, and that's the time period we are in right now. Let me try and see. We're at 1555. That's so funny. Here's another one of the designs that shows you that Rubik's Cube is the colored piece in the center, are trapped in by the balance of the chalice, which unless you move the chalice properly. Here's another design of the road ahead, and we're 25, 775, and 577. Can't you see it? The triangles are 7s. It's also a part of creation of Alpha Omega, because that's what it is. I have a lot of answers for a lot of things. I don't know why. 1771. Can you see it? Look at the two K's on it. K over K with I over I, and it becomes 1771. You see the 7s? The 7s make this triangle. The 1 is a straight line. All I did is draw the 3 lines. The top line, the middle line, the bottom line. The bottom line to the story is the truth. I only can show you the truth. I only can show you what I think I know, and what I think partakes. Here's part of the way we divide things up. Before I go any further and forget about it, see the one on top? They're all very special. Why is a division? Because it's also a connection. There's many things that go on. When you say the word 20, you don't say 20. It's 20th, I-E-T-H. So it connects to other worlds, okay? And then there's this part over here, where we have more divided. You see the Twin Towers? This is the reason, okay? This is the reason that they went to New York and did that, because of that antenna. It seems like there's good and evil in the game, and they had to knock out one of them. The other thing is you see, the octagon has 8 arms. The Magen David only has 3. The standing Magen David has 1 from the north. 2 different 3s, but each 3, each having 6 connect. 6 and 6 is 12, plus the 8 of the octagon is your 20. 20 plus the 0 is 6 is 26, and the center of Rubik's Cube is number 26. And 2 times 6 and 2 plus 6 keep repeating themselves. We're not going to do the thing on horses, because the horses is all about Hoover Dam and Electric Company. Let me tell you that. The other thing, so I did this. I showed you the Talisman, but what I wanted to show you in the Talisman before it was over, 4, 2, and 9. 4 times 2 are number 42. You remember I told you about, I don't like to say I told you, but this over here, this comes out of Nibiru. Okay, and it's all number 42. When you play craps, it's all about number 42. And these 2 dice is 21 each, number 42. 3 of them are 63, but the octagon traps you and gives you 84. Then it goes to 105, and 105 is 70 and 35, and 105 is 4 times 105 is 420, and that is from ace to 14 card, which is the cross, which brings you from 91, from 13 times 7 equals to 91, plus the 14 ace at the end of the pack of decks instead of at the beginning, not counting the ace, that is 11, which is 126, another 126. See, the ace at the beginning to the king equals 91. Then we put an ace after that, we give it 14, we make it 105. Then we add in the 11 for blackjack, because the ace counts as 11, makes 116. 116, 9, 11, all basically the same. You see the nose? It's holding on to 2 balls. Do you see where the nose is? The 2 holes in the nose? You know what that actually is? That's when you tie your boat up. Something to do with that, or something to do with spirals. If the eyes spin, it pulls everything closer. The eyes go out, it goes away. You see, it's pulling at one end. We're pulling at one end, they're pulling at the other end, so we move smoothly along. So we had this number 429. 4 times 2 is 18. Or if you want, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8 is 14 on the left. And 14 is the passage of the birth, because 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 9. If you want to go 2 times 9, it's going to repeat itself as 11. It becomes 5 on one side, 2 on the other side, and it gives you your 7. 5 and 2 from 4 and 2 is 94, and that gives you Pluto. 4 times 2 is 18. Let's go 9 by 2 is 18. 18 times 4, 72. 72 plus 11 and 4 is 15. 87. 72, 87, 72, 86. That's what it's all about, my friends. My 7286 might have been 7286, and the day I started it could have been 87, but I don't like to joke like that. So you saw that was all about the talisman, okay? And the other thing I want to show you before I go on to something else is that this too, because it has numbers, right? I just want to do something. Because it has numbers, I go from 3 over to 4 position in order to connect, because we always connect the same position regardless of who's in the house. That building's got to go up, right? So we're going to connect over here 4 and 3, 7, 1 and 6, and this is the beginning. Look, all I have to do is put a little bit of a head. And I've got you born, 2 and 5. Betting. You bet these 3 or these 3. If you're betting these 3 and you're betting those 3, you'll get double as much for half the amount. So we have 429, okay? So we got that answer. 4 times 2 is 8, times 9 is 72. 72 plus the 11, 15 is 87. 7, 2 is 9, 8 and 7 is 6. 9 and 6 again. So we got all these numbers, okay? There's something over here. Yes, like I said, these dice double the corners. So if we double the 3 and the 4 dice, would be doubling this corner and this corner. Or if you turn the 3 dice, you'd be doubling this corner and this corner. You understand? This dice can turn the other way. It'll be here instead of here. But then it doesn't matter. You'll be doubling this corner. You double this corner, you get 2 and 18. Because this is the 1, this is the 9. But you can't double this corner. Do you know why? It'll never happen. On this letter here in the alphabet is A, E, and I. And the Aleph locks its way in there. Now, I'm not sure if it's the calculator disc or if it's on the telephone. So we did these 2 things here, okay, which was over here. I hope you followed me. I know I'm a little 45, 60. 60 makes 66. Plus 33 makes 99. We're all the way back to what I believe the Star of Bethlehem is Jupiter. 6 and 9 is 15. 33. Excuse me. 6 and 9 is 15. 6 and 9 is 15. We got 2 eggs. Here's your 2 balls you have. Your 2 eggs. You know, you have 3 balls. You take 2 of them and you hold them in your hands. So we did that, and the next thing I'm going to show you is what I believe is like one of my biggest finds ever, and it's this. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but it's this. It's this. Pokemon balls, and what you can do with the interior ball, and this is where the cube goes, right in here. And it has to be built. I didn't build it. Here's another one. In this one, I related the balls to pool. And what the numbers are in pool, and how come and what could happen. Do you know if we put the white ball all the way to the end of 16, we get a total of 136, 613 laws of Moses, and we get 216 plus 24 hours, which is a combination of time that I'm not going to completely explain to you, but when I get it done, I will. Here's another design. Different builds inside the worlds. Here's another design with Rubik's Cube inside. 3 different Rubik's Cube. Here's one side, the B side. Here's the D side. Okay? There's all balls in here. And when you come up to the right area, you get spit out into here. Now, what's in here? I'm trying to figure out whether or not it gets split. And we put one of these triangles in, which is the 15 pool balls. I'm not exactly sure. But you see, one is Z, one is N. The other one will be an I straight across. Let me show you so you'll... This is your I right across. I'm going to show you how it goes. This is Zion. Just want to see that I did all these. Oh yeah, I missed this. This is basically what it looks like. Z-I-O-N. There's a lot of ways to make it. There's a lot of ways to do it because I'm not connecting it exactly the way I could. You see the Z over here? There's a line through it. It's a short stick. You add it here and here, and it makes the number 8. The number 8 creates the letter H, like in this picture over here, or this picture over here, behind bars. H2O, H8 is inside the bubble of 2, the O. How much better do you want to know about the big O? So when I'm finished with the numbers, I'm going to come on and show you that. And to me, that's a big find because the numbers in pool related to those numbers. I think I have one more. Well, here's the way the 8 goes. Not only that, you have to understand that 7, 8, okay, you see the 8? The only way 8 can go, that's it for the 8. That's it. I mean for the 7, because she stops. She has to end up going down here. Now all of a sudden, I got to create this. I got to put her back. Now I got a 7 that goes like this and all the way back here. You understand? We have to go outside the box. As long as we stay on the lines, we can cut right through and bring our 7 back to the bottom. Then what we do is the same thing for this one. And we have to do the same thing. But then we come up to here. You see? And we're building a spaceship all of a sudden. All we have to do is reconnect your X, because your X goes out, your V goes in, your V goes in, your X goes out. Once you do that, you connect right to the top and blast off. We got a spaceship. I'm not finished calculating the whole thing, and before I let you go, just take a look. House number 1, 11, house number 2, or this one, or this one. But I'm in the drawing stages. I don't know where I'm going to get yet with this. And there's so much about the game of pool that's included with this. But before I let you go, each one of Rubik's cubes, there's 9 face. So each one has 9. If they were separate cubes, all 9 of them would have 9. If all 9 of them would have 9 in separate cubes, that would make 81. That's between here and here and here and here and here. 81 is 9. Is dotting out 9 spaces by 9 spaces. And that's 81, which is a minute and 21 seconds. Which is a minute and 21 seconds is 121 seconds becomes 2 minutes and 1. Then when 2 minutes becomes 2 minutes and 1, 0, the 201 in the 0 becomes now 261. Now that starts to relate to 192, the same number we just did. 192. Same number. What? Man on the moon, 10 and 9. 9, 11, 10, 9, 11. I didn't say that properly. On this side you'll have 9 and then 10. And then on this side you'll have 18 and 11. You'll have 11 on one side, 19 on one side, 29 on the other side, 29, 19, 48. Angels. A, H, R. 18, 8 is 26, 27. J and K. Instead of AK, it's JK. 10 and 11, 21. 21 and 48 is 69. Is that right? 18, 8, 1, 11, 10. 21, 22, 30, 48 is what it was. That's what I said. The angels total 48, in which 18, 26, 27 was on one side, 21 was on the other side, which would make, again, 39. 3 by 9 is 27. 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 and 27. 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. 27 becomes 9. You have 39 again. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 to 12 equals to number 86. And the two houses are 7 and 8. Raphael 72, 86 in the constellation of Pegasus. I will show you that, if I could, that there is definitely a matrix system where the matrix cubes all stand, where the diagrams are and what I do to the numbers, because you have to turn the numbers upside down so you can read them all the sides. I never used to do it as much as I do it now, and I should really refrain to it until I have everything perfect. Instead of going on to a final answer, a more refined answer would be better. So now we know that the numbers are actually 5, 5, 5, 7, 7. 7 and 5 is 5, 7, 575 in this side, 575 in that side. 7 by 5 is 35 left. 7 by 5 is 35 right. 12 and 12 is 4774, 4774. 4774, 4774. In moons, it's 62062, which is 808 playing cards. And then at the same time, it becomes 8558, which what happens to the speed limit. 85 and 58 is 3, 3, 3, and 3. 8 by 5 is 40. 8 by 5 is 13, is 53. It's the same thing as going 5 times 5. 5 plus 5 equals to 35. 53 is the same thing. And I'm just going to show you something about the power of the universe. Mark Rodin, okay, he designed this. He doesn't know it, but he designed this. This number comes back to 5 and 5. 7 here and 7 here. You double up the corners. Remember I told you double them up? You come to 8. 8 and 8 is 16, so you double up this one. You double up this one. I mean, in the dice, you don't have to get 8 and 8. 16, you get 7. 8 and 8 brings you here. 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. You come over here 5. And 5 becomes 35, and 35 is 88. 35 is E and C. Instead of using the 3 maybe, because I'm not sure which way the cards are looking, the E, okay, goes one way and is valued as the 5th letter, and the C, okay, is valued at the 3rd letter. So you really don't need the number 5 because it comes out of number 3. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.